All right, Uday, I think you should start it now.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning, Toastmasters.
Good morning.
Happy Friday.
Fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And same to you.
Okay, can the moderator put everyone in mute, please? Should we start?
Uday, you have the slides? Uday, you have the slides also?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
You want me to put the slides on?
Yes.
DTM 9, can you please take care on the slides?
1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and welcome guests. District 20 Toastmasters, Club Officers Training 2 by Division B. Distinguished District Officers, District 20 Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Alifia Laktawala, District 20 Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Kalvit Abdullah, District 20 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal, Division B Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Naim Yusuf, all other district, division, and area officials, most importantly, the club officers who are present here today. Welcome you all to the Club Officers Training Makeup Session following the Court 2 conducted on 4th November 2021. This makeup session is especially for those officers who could not attend the Court 2, and today we have some excellent trainers to give their best, share their expertise so that the new officers can perform their role to the best of their abilities. Before we move on to the serious session, I have some announcements to make to accomplish the training successful. Please make sure your visual devices and internet connectivity devices is fully charged and are available to 2 to 3 hours with no interruption or disconnection. Please choose a quiet location to reduce potential distraction to both speakers and other members. To help keep the background noise to a minimum, make sure you mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Refrain from movements while camera is on during speeches. Stay seated and stay present. If you need to move, please stop the video. In case of an emergency, if you're exiting the meeting, please make sure to mute yourself or turn off your video. As a courtesy, send in your reason of leaving in a chat box. We humbly encourage you to avoid using the chat box during any speech. You can make it easier to focus on the meeting by turning off the notifications, closing or minimizing the running apps, and muting your smartphone. Ladies and gentlemen, please note silence is virtue. May I kindly request you all to take a moment and pull all your mobile phones and any other noise producing devices to silent mode. Close all apps that are not in use to avoid any distractions. Please keep your video on during the meeting for the Sergeant at Arms or the Zoom moderator to document by taking pictures during the meeting. I would also like to remind you the vision, mission, and core values of the Toastmasters International. Toastmaster International mission. We empower individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. Toastmaster International values, integrity, respect, service, and excellence. With those core values in mind, let us all learn today in the moment of enjoyment as our founder, Dr. Ralph C. Smedley, envisioned almost 97 years ago. Division B Director, Toastmaster Naeem Yusuf. Now I call upon you this training to order and deliver a welcome note. Let me invite the event chair, who is also the Division B Director, whose leadership is training session has been organized. He has been a Toastmaster for 6 years, enthusiastic leader who never want to give up on anything. Past area director, founder of West Point Home Bahrain Toastmasters Club, member of Bahrain Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Please welcome our Division B Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Naeem Yusuf.
Thank you very much, Sergeant, Chief Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Uday Kumar, District 20 leaders, fellow Toastmasters, all dignitaries, all attendees here. I, Toastmaster Naeem Yusuf, Division B Director, welcome you all in the Club Officers Training 2 makeup session and call the meeting to order. The importance of training is never denied. These sessions for which we are here now are not only the gathering of people. This is actually a cluster of experience, wisdom, knowledge, enthusiasm, and a keen devotion and desire to learn. We Toastmasters always ready to learn either from our own mistakes or experience or from the others' mistake. Many of officers here might just started their Toastmaster journey and they read with their name TM, that is the Toastmaster. And inshallah, soon they will become the DTM, which is called the Distinguished Toastmaster. But one thing which my mentors, Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmad Rizvi and Distinguished Toastmaster Khanda Sayyed taught me, that this word distinguished is not only earned by completing the levels or paths or educational requirements of the Toastmasters. You will earn this word D with adding 3 more Ds into your personality, which is the dedication, devotion, and determination. If you feel these qualities into yourself, then actually you can call yourself a distinguished Toastmaster, or you can be satisfied by calling yourself 3DTM. I wish you all the good luck for not only as a Toastmaster, but in every walk of your life. Thank you very much, and back to Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you so much for your valuable advice, sir. Before we start the presentation and training, we need to recognize the district leaders who are behind this club officers training makeup session, because they want the club officers to perform so well and also the clubs to get the DCP point. First, let me invite our District 20 Director. They say it's not the destination, but it's the journey that counts. It's been almost a decade that she embarked on the milestone of her life by joining the Toastmaster International.
Brother Udaya, my apology. I don't think our DD and CGD in the house. They would be joining in a while later, and once they join, we would give them the spot, inshallah.
Noted, sir. Now to inspire us, let me introduce our District 20 Program Quality Director. District 20 Program Quality Director, DTM Khalid Abdullah for the term 2021 and 2022. Immediate past Club Growth Director, President of Active Minds Toastmasters Club, President of Bahrain Debaters Toastmasters Club, Vice President Membership of PAPCO Toastmasters Club, Immediate past President of Bahrain Advanced Toastmasters Club, member of St. Paul's Toastmasters Club. His purpose in life is to lead his kids by good example of a father to be followed. That's why he is in Toastmaster. Please give a thunder of applause to Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah. DTM Khalid, sir, the screen is all yours.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies, for the lovely introduction. If I may ask our DVD maybe to take off the slide so I can see everyone around as well. Just for a while. Yes, thank you so much. So let me recognize the presence, in their absence, of course, our trios, my partner in progress, it seems that it was me who I should have sent this to them earlier, so they would be here today, but I'm sure they would be joining in a while. Division B director and the man of the day who has been behind all of what you are seeing today as a chairperson and a division director as well, DTM Naeem Youssef. All of the division directors in the house, area directors, I can see few, Toastmasters of District 20 and beyond. Good morning and blessed Friday to all of you. Thank you so much for your dedication to be here today at this specific time of the week. I know we were chit-chatting today, myself and DBD and with a few others as well who joined early, and we were a bit exchanging. Should that be the best time? Should it be later on? Of course, everyone has his own or her own timing, but we are all definitely here to hear from you. If this is the best thing to do, please let us know. Feedback is very important in Toastmasters. When we come to the club officers training, why are we here? We are here because of the responsibilities that we gave or we promised our members. Be it whatever role we are taking, be it president, be it vice president of education, membership, secretary, or even sergeant at arms. We have an obligation toward our members. And why are we here? Again, maybe I received also a few questions. Why do we need to come again for club officers training? The first club officer training would be definitely to give you at least some of the ABCs of your role. The second club officer training would be definitely totally different. Right now, you know what it takes to be a president. You know what it takes to be a vice president of education. So the magic in this gathering is to exchange your knowledge in that breakout room once we send you to the breakout room. We have a breadth of knowledge right now in front of me right now. Of course, some are opening their cameras, some are not. But definitely, the exchange of knowledge is what we need to have during today's session. I've been looking at the dashboard and a few, of course, clubs that took really my eyes. One of them is Araya Toastmasters Club with 10 DCPs. So please give a round of applause for the clubs that I'll be mentioning in a while. Bahvan's Kuwait Toastmasters Club, Rawasi Toastmasters Club, Active Minds, Filipino Sap and Sang Bahrain Toastmasters Club for having 8 DCPs, the others 10 and then 9 DCPs. And the list goes on. We have Falcons, Desert Pioneers, Indian Academy, Ufuk, and the list goes on. There was one question before we have this session today. What makes these clubs unique as opposed to others? Is it only the DCPs? Is it other KPIs as well that each club would need to define in their quality? And this is what the session we chose to have in a while would be delivering it. And of course, veteran Toastmasters DTM Muhammad Rizvi and DTM Farhanda Al-Bukhari. And that's, again, another important point, defining quality. What is equality for us? Definitely DCP is the main thing that we have as trios or as district leaders to see whether the clubs are really achieving. But the exchange of knowledge is another quality that we would definitely have in a while. Thank you so much, all of the officers, all of the district leaders, all of the organizing committee for being here today. Being here sends a great, strong message that you are here to make a difference. So let's definitely be here today to make a difference. Thank you so much, and back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you so much, DTM Khalid, for your overwhelming speech. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to get on with our serious session. As you all can see from the agenda, is the presentation regarding performance. Today, we are going to present you the key performance indicators. To make this presentation useful, we have 2 veteran Toastmasters. Let me introduce the first presenter, a servant leader enthusiastic trainer for youth, 25 years in Toastmasters, and member of 8 clubs. None other than distinguished Toastmaster Ahmed Rizvi for the first part of KPA presentation. This will be followed by another veteran Toastmaster, a dynamic lady leader, a trainer, counselor, teacher. Had been an area director, division director, and current president of Bahrain Eloquent Toastmasters Club. Distinguished Toastmaster Farkanda Said Al Bukhari. The stage is yours, ma'am.
Yes, they are joining. They are just coming, starting their presentation.
Thank you for unmuting me. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, properly.
Loud and clear.
All right. Our distinguished Toastmasters District Director, Toastmaster Alfia, PQD, DTM, Khalid Abdullah, CGD, DTM, Khalid Jalal, and other distinguished Toastmasters, officers, and guests. Good morning, everyone. It's a Friday
Good
morning,
morning.
and thank you for joining this COT makeup session. We will just start our presentation, but I want someone to show the share screen, the presentation, please.
Yes, Ahmed Rizvi is joining in a moment, and he will
Oh,
show the
okay,
screen.
he's coming. All right, okay.
Yeah, just talk with him.
Because I couldn't see him, so I thought I will just start. So we will wait for him.
Just for a minute. By now, it's better that we will have more gathering here by that time. Sometimes
Sure.
waiting for 1 to 2 minutes really add value to the event. And sometimes wait generates the curiosity. You will become more attentive towards what's going to be happening. Sometimes morning time, but
Actually, I had also trouble logging in for 15 minutes. I was looking for the link, and then I had to go to my emails and register for the 3rd time.
yeah, actually it is through the email. When you make the Zoom registration, it will give you the email, and then to that link you can only enter
Yeah.
into the.
But we have a habit of getting a link, so quick.
Yeah. Meanwhile, may I request all the officers here, club officers, to please rename your names so that we could identify you as in which breakout room they need to be sent, like president, treasurer, VPE,
Okay,
VPM.
I'm trying
in this
to
manner.
find my background. I lost my background here somewhere. Let's see, where is it?
Hello?
I got my background. Oh, okay. Has my co-presenter joined us?
I think he would be joining very soon. I can see DBD is already speaking to him now. Okay, maybe I can step in while we are waiting for the presenter to come. Let me hear from some of the officers right now around as we wait for the presenters. I will make it very short. Once the presenter is here, then we would ask you to stop. What is one thing that you want to change today in your club moving forward as an officer? You can raise your hand and I can unmute you. Let's socialize. Okay, it's dangerous to open up for everyone. So whoever is having something to say, you can raise your hand. Yes, Dunya. Let me unmute Dunya.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So it's a good question, actually. Our club is a very positive one. It's full of positive spirit. And when you go there, you just go out laughing when you finish the meeting, and it changes your mood. But what I really want to change or add, I don't want to change actually because the people are so good, but I want to add, we want more people, probably more leaders in the club, because it's a small city. It's expected that you have a low number, but we need to add more people. We need to see more leaders. This is the goal for 2022. Hopefully
Amazing.
we can do it with your help.
Amazing. We'll definitely be there to help. And for those who just heard, Toastmaster Dunya is the president of Erbil Toastmasters Club from Iraq. And we are really honored to have Iraq part of our
Thank you.
district, of course, Iraq and Egypt. Thank you so much, Sister Dunya. Anyone else who would like to share one thing that you want to change today as an officer? It's a moment of reflection. If you don't have, I can add. I can go on and on. Let me tell you a story. Yesterday, I had a message from one of the veteran Toastmasters. And he was saying, I noticed that you sent an email to all of the officers. But how about the future leaders of clubs? And that was really something that took me by surprise. Yes, the intention was, of course, not just to have this for officers. The intention was to have it for everyone. And that's how we grow. And that's how we have a bench for us for next year to be as well in your shoes as officers. This is something that I'm sure, something that you might put on your shoulders. I'm sure many of you are really having subcommittees for your roles. And that subcommittee as well would help grow and prepare leaders for the future. So officers who are here, please send the link as well to other members to join us. Why not? Yes, DBD.
Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, thank you very much for keeping the session alive. The presenter, distinguished Toastmaster Ahmad Rizvi, and distinguished Toastmaster Farkhanda Sayyid now both are here. I think we can give them.
All right then. Floor is yours, brother and sister.
Distinguished Toastmaster Ahmad Rizvi, you can share the screen.
Yes.
We have already heard about you, sir, in your absence. So in the introduction given by the MC.
Yes, can you see me? Can you all hear me? Can you see the screen?
Not yet,
No.
Brother Ahmed.
Not yet.
I can hear you, but I can't see the screen yet. Now I can see you as well.
1 second, please.
Sure.
Yes, now we can see the screen too.
You just need to slide, show it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Am I visible enough? Can you all hear me and see me properly?
Yes, I can hear
Your
you.
face is not.
You might need to just move the camera a little bit, tilt it to the top, brother. Or more. Yes.
All right now?
If you move a little bit to the back, maybe, or tilt it a little bit up. Yes. Okay, perfect.
I do not want to use the background actually. All right. Most respected District 20 Director, Alifia Lagdawala, and most energetic and respected Program Quality Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah, and the most active Club Growth Director, District 20 Club Growth Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Jalal. Today, for officers training who have joined to learn, the most distinguished club officers and the Division B Director, Distinguished Toastmaster Naim Yusuf, and all other distinguished guests and Toastmasters. It's a pleasure being here to train club officers on the Quality Club Key Performance Indicators, which are very essential for all the officers to perform so that the club will achieve higher quality and be role model for all the clubs in the district, not in the current situation. They can be definitely have a great quality to be recognized all over the globe, because now we are in an era where the clubs are recognized and noted for quality and the performance in the all over the world because of online meetings. We don't want to take much time. I will just go through very clearly what are the key performance indicators for a quality club. So for a quality club, the officers are the key role players to bring in quality by their performance to enhance the performance of the club members. So today the key performance indicators will be presented by myself as well as the Distinguished Toastmaster Farkanda Said Al-Bukhari. I will introduce you at the appropriate time. Now this quality club key performance for quality club, which goes on 3 P's. What are the 3 P's? That is purpose, program, and practical. When you say purpose, program, practical, in each slide, whatever the titles we are going to discuss here will indicate what are the purpose, program, practical everything will be covered under each slide where we are going to talk about the performance of the officers, which will enhance the quality. Members' attendance is the first thing, because if there is no members' attendance in a meeting, first thing, the quality will not be there, because every club will be measured by the number of members attending meetings. No matter what meeting it is, whether it is a very special meeting, regular meeting, open house, etc., the attendance counts for a lot for a quality meeting. So this is a chart what we have just for key performance indicators, the percentage of attendance, which will give points to the club to achieve the quality what they require. If you can attend the 100% attendance for a meeting, that you will have a very quality-oriented meeting with quality-oriented performance of the members, as well as the number of members, which will indicate the quality of the club. Second thing that we will look at is the members' attendance, how it is to be achieved through publicity, through VP memberships performance prior to the meeting, and PP public relations, publicity of the meeting and the club's achievements, etc., will bring in the attendance. So that is coming under the key performance for the membership and the public relations. The second thing, when you have members, when you come to the meeting and when they have members, parliamentary procedures and protocol is very important. These parliamentary procedures and protocol will be covered by 100%, all the 7 officers from the beginning onwards, opening the meeting by the sergeant at arms, and then you come to be calling the meeting to order by the president. The calling the meeting, the order of the order by the president will set the tempo of the meeting for the members who have come and attended. So with that, the calling of the meeting is very essential by the president to indicate that the meeting is officially functioning and very proper procedure has been taken to call the meeting to order. Second thing is adoption of agenda. Now we all know adoption of agenda is very essential. For each and every meeting that we should have an agenda. This agenda for officers meeting, it is a property of the secretary to prepare and have it ready for the meeting, for executive committee meetings. But for regular meetings, it becomes the property of the vice president education and the master of ceremonies, because nobody else knows what has gone through to prepare that agenda for the regular meeting. Either VP education and master of ceremonies will have to propose and second the agenda, because the property of regular meeting agenda is for the 2 officers, 1 officer and 1 role player. The members who are coming, maybe even guests, you cannot adopt the agenda. They do not know what the changes will take place during the meeting. The members will try to change their speaking order. The name of the speaker will not be there, etc. Changing the assignees sometimes takes because of the last minute dropout. So all this property, the agenda is a property of the vice president education and the MC, so that they both can adopt the agenda by proposing it. Second in it, adoption of minutes. This is very important aspect of a meeting, officers meeting, that it will be read by the secretary. But in the adoption of regular meeting minutes is very essential for 5 reasons. And sometimes some of the clubs, they do not even bother about reading the minutes or even taking down minutes. Now there's a trend among the clubs that the minutes are not required to be read. Email sent, sometimes the emails are not put out. 5 important reasons I'll quickly tell, because it gives the record of the previous meeting minutes for the members who are absent in their meeting, and offer the new members who have joined, or the guests, what happened in the last meeting, for decisions taken by the officers, by members. Any special decisions taken will be revealed at this meeting. So if there are any changes, amendments can be made by the members or the officers who were there. No, we did not make this decision, it was different, etc. Amendment of the minutes. And the secretary, there are three essential part of it. Just is writing skill is learned, reading skills are learned. Sometimes members even do not have the skill of reading a simple timing criteria or grammarian's role explained. So this is reading skill is learned. And most importantly, the record of the minutes are kept, which will be useful for the toy points, etc. Because change of agenda will be revealed only in the minutes properly and accurately. So that will help with the toy points to be done. Raise and adapt motion. Another key performance which is sometimes the quality can be deteriorated by not adapting properly parliament procedures in raising a motion and adapting a motion. How we raise a motion and how we say a motion. Even sometimes we just stay seated and, okay, please change the time of the meeting. No, it's not like that. You have to recognize yourself. I, so and so, propose the motion to change the time of the meeting for such and such time in such and such a date. And seconding person will have to say, I, so and so, the name, Toastmaster, so and so. Second, the motion made by the Toastmaster, so and so. So these are procedures, the parliamentary procedures itself, another workshop of more than an hour or so. But these are just being briefly told to follow. So various parliamentary procedures to raise a motion, privilege motion, main motion, etc. can be learned by the parliamentary procedures to be done in the clubs. If any assistance needed, we are there to help you all. Protocol. Protocol is how the officers as well as the members behave in the meeting, where the protocol is to be considered. Presiding officer to be addressed, how it is to be addressed by raising the hand, not just seated and shouting, etc. You follow the protocol of raising an hand. Even you have which side you should wear a pin. If you go through the parliamentary procedure protocol in the website of Toastmasters International, it says which side an officer's, the club officer or member pin should be worn in your attire. So these are protocols which we can learn in club level by having workshops. Adjournment of meeting is one important aspect of parliamentary procedures. There is abruptly you can adjourn, or properly after all the agenda items are finished, you can adjourn. But adjournment of the meeting is very essential in the parliamentary procedure. These are key performance for the officers, mainly to follow in a meeting to enhance quality. The key performance are very, very important. Please note that. This will be explained in detail by the officers being trained today by the trainers. But moreover, in that one, there will be the routine training of what the officers are supposed to do. Now, education goals. Education goals is another thing that we have to consider in various areas of a meeting to achieve higher quality. Here, the officers' key performance is key performance indicates or where the club can be reflecting on club goals. There are club goals that has to be achieved, as we all know, but club success plan is there already for achieving the distinguished club program, the 6 education goals, which is required to achieve the DCP. And club goals, how it is achieved by having a very good education plan. Member goals. Member goals are for individual members. Sometimes you may identify some certain members to achieve the club goals, that is the DCP. And you may have member goals who wants to achieve something for themselves, like the new members who are joining in between after having the club success plan, etc. For them, how their goals, they want to achieve their goals. The club goals covers the DCP. When you have an education plan for achieving both these, how you should know how many speeches in each level and how many levels they will be able to complete, including the speeches of each level. When you multiply that, and what are how many members, the 6 members who are going to achieve that, will be divided by the number of speeches, and which can be allocated at least 3 speeches in a meeting, because we have maximum 24 meetings, or those who are meeting weekly, say every 6 months, there will be 24 meetings. Whatever it is, for the 24 meetings, you can divide the number of speeches, and the speakers identified can be given allocation for each meeting, which will help a very quality club rather than seeking for speakers and going outside the club to find speakers without having. So if you have a good education plan, you will be able to achieve that. Pathways adoption is one of the important aspects Toastmasters International insists. Each and every member who is joining should adapt to pathways. Pathways adoption is a must for members who are in the club, whether they may have become DTMs or they may have achieved higher titles, etc. But still now, when they are in the club, pathways adoption 100% the Toastmasters International expects. And pathways adoption is to be the key performance of the VP membership and VP education. Why it is VP membership? As soon as the member is inducted, VP membership should ensure that the VP education, in consultation with the VP education, with the member, adopts the pathways and they guide them properly to go into the pathways and select the path that they want to select. Now, when you say pathways, we have 11 pathways to select. When you are doing the survey for yourself, there will be a chance of getting 3 recommended pathways by the Toastmasters International. Even the member can select outside those 3 pathways any path what they prefer. Coming to the pathways mentoring program, in this 11 parts, you have a must-do project in each speech about your pathways experience, mentor-mentee experience. Once you have done that, and you have an advanced mentoring program, which is itself a module that a member should be able to complete and get the separate certificate for the pathways mentoring program, which is also recommended by the Toastmasters International as very special. The base camp management. This is by 2 people. Member himself manages the base camp for his achievements of recognition, etc. And base camp management comes by the 3 people: the president, vice president, education, and the secretary. One of them can do the base camp management for a member, and which is very, very neglected portion in the clubs, in the performance of the clubs, because of the delay of approving the projects. Base camp managers, they do not do, the member lose interest, and the member doesn't get encouraged to do the next part, etc. And the member also, sometimes members also, unless they are pushed by the VP education and secretary or the president, they do not go and complete a project level and get their certificate or evaluation done. So all these things are separate workshops. We can do mini workshops in the clubs and enhance the quality of the club. Now, for the next slides onwards, I will introduce my co-presenter, distinguished Toastmaster, who has been in Toastmasters for more than 20 years now, and she has been a wonderful speaker as well as a leader, been an area director, division director, and for her profession, she is a counselor as well as a teacher. And please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Farkanda Said Al-Bukhari to proceed with the next part of the key performance indicators for the quality club. Thank you all so much for giving the opportunity, and I'm sure the individual trainers will give more insight on your role in the meeting, before meeting, after meetings. Wish you all the best. And once again, distinguished Toastmaster Naim Yusuf, thanks for giving an opportunity to explain the key performance. Distinguished Toastmaster Farkanda, the screen is all yours.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Ahmad Rizvi. Good morning again, everyone. Now you have heard about the importance of the attendance of the members in the meeting, and you have also heard about the parliamentary procedures and the educational goals. Now let's hear about the members' retention or the extension. We have 5 R's for you to remember. The first one being the responsibility. When we say responsibility, that means that not only the club officers who are appointed to have all the responsibilities in the club, but also an individual member has a responsibility towards the club. Mostly when it comes to responsibility, we look at the Vice President of Education, that he or she will be allotting us assignments or contacting us or asking us to do something. But it is not only the Vice President of Education. Along with the Vice President of Education, it is responsibility lies also on Vice President of Membership. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, not many of us know what Vice President of Membership has to do. The Vice President of Membership, along with the Vice President of Education, can help each other time to time, keep track of members' progress, members' attendance, the members' allotted speeches, or the leadership roles, and also the grooming of a member. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, where the Vice President of Education gives the assignments or keeps the track of the communication track or the leadership track of an individual member, the Vice President membership can help in grooming the member. You have heard about the protocols and the procedures. In our meetings, we do dress up also for the meetings. That is also a part of the protocol. We officers wear their pins. It's a part of the protocol. So the Vice President of Membership has a heavy responsibility looking at the members, not only retention part or the extending members in the club, but also the sponsorship part. He or she has to encourage the members also to bring new members to the club, sponsor new members. Usually the word sponsor is mistakenly understood as we have to pay money for someone if we bring someone into the club. No, it's not like that. The word sponsorship in Toastmasters International means to bring in new people. That's it, to become Toastmasters. Secondly, we will look at the romp. When we say the second R, romp, that means the social activities. It could be in the club, yes, but it could be outside the club also. Social activity could be done on a club level or area level or even on a division level. This is the responsibility of a Vice President of Public Relations. Now, the word public relations, of course, you all understand that the officer has to introduce the club to the public, to the non-Toastmasters. Promote the club, promote the members, especially those members who have achieved some award or they are getting some rewards. So the Vice President of Public Relations can arrange joint meetings, can arrange extracurricular activities, can do many things for the members, and also make flyers for the club. The third R is for rewards. Now, some of the clubs in their agendas, they write awarding and rewarding session. When we talk about awards, that is what we achieve after we have accomplished something. But the reward is recognizing those awards and also recognizing the potential of the member, making posters for recognition of members' achievement or the club's achievement, and also sharing words of appreciation for the individual member or the members of the club. So rewarding can come from our district also. Remember, the district officers, they share awards for the PQD awards and the club growth directors awards. These are the rewards that the district give to the individual members, to the area directors, to the clubs, and to the divisions. The fourth R, as you can see here in the picture, the club members are showing their awards. They have been rewarded. The fourth R is the role model. Now, every human being has a role model. When we ask someone who's your role model, they usually say, oh, it's my father, or it's my friend, or it's my grandfather, or it's my mother. But here in Toastmasters world, our role models are the Toastmasters. We learn from the senior Toastmasters. We learn from our mentors. So mentor is also a role model. I'm sure that many of you who have been aspired to become Toastmasters do have a Toastmaster as a role model in your life. So it is safe to say that mentors or Toastmaster is a role model of a Toastmaster. The fifth are relationship. Relationship is built by teamwork. When you work together as a team, there can be a team of officers, or there can be a team of all members, the club. As you can see from the picture, you can realize that you meet new members. When you induct them, the relationship starts. There is also a relationship between mentor and a mentee. It is like a teacher and a student, or a trainer and trainee. The relationships works better when the attitudes are positive and the atmosphere of the club is positive. Each club, each Toastmaster club has a relationship with another Toastmaster club, because we Toastmasters call ourselves the fraternity of Toastmasters, a one big whole family. So when we say the word family or the fraternity of Toastmasters, that itself indicates that there is a relationship between each Toastmaster. Next, let us talk about the TOY. TOY here stands for Toastmaster of the Year. And this is a point system indicated by and allotted by Toastmasters International for individual member. Later, the time allows, I will show you the slide with the TOY form and the grid, which was made by the Toastmasters in Bahrain for the whole club on just one page. And we will talk further about it. Now, let's look at the variety of meetings. The title itself tells us much about this. In the meeting, sometimes we celebrate graduation. When we say graduation, it means the achievement of a member. The member might have achieved a award in a path or in a level. The member might have achieved the highest pinnacle of Toastmasters International, like DTM-ship. The member might have received an award from the district or from Toastmasters International. So the club celebrates that at the end of the year, indicating all those members who have achieved something. So those meetings are usually called the graduation celebration. Next, the party mood meetings. So as you can see from the picture here, people can enjoy their meetings outside the club as a social meetings. They can also celebrate the member's birthday. They can celebrate the anniversaries of a member. So those are the party mood meetings. And these are called the social meetings also. The joint meetings. You can join with another club or you can join with all the clubs in your area. It depends how your club vice president of PR is working with the vice president of PR of another club or the area. Next, let's look at the special occasion meetings. When we say special occasion meetings or special event meetings, they are usually themed. They can be the Eid celebration, they can be the occasion celebration. Some clubs, they do enjoy celebrating Halloweens or Christmas or other events. Here in the picture, as you can see, this was a special meeting. It was money raised for COVID-19. So all the members of the club, they have dressed up, and you can recognize from the picture that how the club has enjoyed holding a special event meeting. The last is the outdoor activities. The outdoor activities are the extracurricular activities for every club. You can join meetings with Rotary clubs. You have heard that Toastmasters International have merged with the Rotary clubs. So the members of the Rotary clubs around the world, some of the countries, they are enjoying learning the public speaking skills, while the Toastmasters are learning how to do the charitable work. So the outdoor activities also include the excursions, the parties, or the sports event. Your club can organize a bowling event. Your club can organize a big picnic or a camping. So there are different activities the Toastmasters can get together and do. Now, it seems that we do have time. So let us look at this slide here. The outstanding Toastmasters. Actually, this is the toy point form, the Toastmaster of the year. The Toastmaster of the year usually is the award for the Toastmaster of the year is given when we are celebrating the graduation meeting. And this form is from the Toastmasters International. It is for one individual member, but the responsibility of allotting toy points lies on the club secretary as well as the club vice president of education. But because one form can be used for one individual member, if you have 30 or more members, then the secretary cannot keep up with all the forms. Therefore, clubs in Bahrain have come up with a grid that is on one A4 size paper, and this is the grid. So you can write the names of the members on the top, and all the achievements or all the categories that you can have points on are mentioned at the side, and it is very easy for the club secretary to maintain this grid. Going back to the previous slide, what are the categories that you are entitled as a member? You can get the point for being the most enthusiastic member of the club, most dedicated member, and the member who likes to help other officers, being in their subcommittee or helping other members, being a mentor of a new member. You have points for your attendance, You have points for being the club officer for 6 months as well as for the whole year. You have points for working with a club vice president of public relations for the newsletter or editing newsletter. You are allotted points for achieving your educational awards. For example, you have completed a level, or you have completed a pass, or you have completed your HPL project. You are allotted members for meetings. How many meetings you're attending in the club, how many meetings you're attending outside the club, as well as for your contest. If you are contesting in a club level, you get a point. If you're contesting on area or a division level or a district level, you get a point for that also. Then you have the coordination. If you are coordinating in club, let's say campaign, for example, or a club activity inside the club or outside the club, or you are coordinating with a division or a district for their program. Then you can get points for the outside club visits. That means that visiting other clubs online also. Yes, if you're visiting other clubs and you're doing some assignment in other clubs, you can get point for that also. Then sponsoring a new member means bringing in new members. Each time you bring in a new member, you get points for it. And then mentoring a new member. So these are the criteria that you can get the points for very, very easily. In some clubs, this is followed religiously for each and every member. And then quarterly, the secretary announces the winners. Who is the first place winner, or who is the second place winner or the third place winner. So at the end of the year, whoever gets the most points is the Toastmaster of the year, receives the award from the arranged from the Toastmasters International by the club, and they celebrate that in their graduation celebration meetings. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have learned much, and if there are any questions, you can ask.
Yes, members, you all can ask any questions if you have any questions before you all move out.
Especially regarding the toy points. Yes, Toastmaster Dinesh.
Thank you very much, first of all, for your nice presentation. Both presenters, DTM Ahmed Rijvi and as well as Toastmasters or DTM, I don't know, Farkhanda. You told the members retention and extensions by 5 hours. All are very clear to me. If you can little elaborate for the word second, ROMP, R-O-M-P, and out of that, whatever tips you given, so far I say personally, as for me, it is not working. Can you give one more additional tip to maintain this extension or retention of the members in such situation as we cannot say now the COVID, but it is the post-COVID situation. Still, members are very less interest to join the meeting or to bring the new member in the club. Over to you. It is not a question. I can say it is my query. I am not on that level to raise the question to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh. Well, let me give you example of my club, if I may. In our club, we do have, in the month of December especially, when we celebrate in Bahrain the 16th December. So our members dress up in red and white, and we also arrange to go for the camping, because usually we used to have camping in December. Last year we did not go, and this year also we are reluctant to go because the camping is not there this year also. But we will be, like dressing up and meeting outside and having a social gathering. So it is like you're celebrating something. So that is the social activity. I mean, members do like to have that uh, because they love to also meet outside the club meetings. That is why our club vice president of public relations arranges that. Matter of fact, in my club, there are some other clubs also. It is like a social event, annual social event. We do have events for our club. We have the club contests. We have the club 16 December celebration. We have the club barbecue event. So once a year, we also do barbecue. Then we have club social visits like Mongrove. A year before last, we went to Mongrove visit in a boat. So our members enjoyed that. So these are the social activities. We also went bowling in 2019. In 2020, we did not dare to go anywhere because we were not allowed to have these activities. But this year again, we are starting and occasionally we are celebrating. So this is what I mean by the social activities. It depends on the club members, you know, if they can afford it and they can finance it, then yes, why not? You can have these activities. And you can request your club vice president of public relations to arrange such, gatherings. Toastmaster Dinesh, I hope I answered your question.
Yes, very well.
Thank you.
Moderator, can I ask a second query?
Please go ahead.
My second query goes to the DTM Rijvi regarding the parliamentary procedure. Very well, we all know these procedures, but very honestly, if I say we go all the parliamentary procedure in a normal club meetings, if the meeting will get delayed, I cannot say we are not ready to adopt this procedure. We have to, but can be part in the two part, because some procedure we can adopt in the first meeting and the second meeting, because the adoption of the agenda is the compulsory, minutes of the meeting is the compulsory. Related remaining things can be bifurcated in the two parts. DTM Rijvi.
Can you repeat the question? Whether we only in one meeting we follow the parliamentary procedures and next meeting not following? Is that correct?
Something which is the compulsory, like adoption of agenda, adoption of the minutes, it is as per my opinion. So remaining can be alternate meeting, because as usual we are going very few point meeting taking the 2 hours or sometime more.
Yes, thank you for that question. Actually, this is one of the thing that most of the members are worried about, especially the officers, when it comes to their performance. Because of the parliament procedures, the timing of the meeting get extended, or when you go on arguing or discussing various things. Yes, to an extent that can be adapted, that practice can be adapted, that adapting the agenda, adapting minutes is must. It's a mandatory thing for a meeting to be following for a parliamentary procedures, like doing motions and taking decisions can be held in a different meeting where you have speeches or cut off table topics or some event, and then you can have this special meeting. That if it is well planned, of course, it will be a very quality-oriented way of doing the parliamentary procedures. Yes, you are right. That's acceptable. Yes.
Yeah, there is one very important question here from Toastmaster Asha Pradeep, that the club gets the point or the members get a point when you are attending other club meetings. Actually, the member should get the point because the member is the one who's attending the other club meetings. But it is the responsibility of the member to make sure he or she gets the point. You have to inform the club secretary. Unless you do that, you will not get the point, because the club secretary won't know what are your activities, what are you doing, which clubs you are visiting. So what a member should do, if you are visiting other clubs, you have to inform or send a message to the club secretary, making sure that you get a point for that. Even if you're doing any, for example, a role, like in today's meeting right now, there are many Toastmasters who are doing some roles, so they can refer to their club secretaries and tell them that they have done such a role in COT round 2. Then the secretary has to give them points for that. They have to inform the secretary. Otherwise,
Madam,
there will be no point. Yes,
Madam,
DTM Rizvi.
can I add something to this?
Yes, please.
Yeah, yes, to the member who have asked this question, we have a practice in our club that we make sure the secretary announces during the officers reporting time, asking the members, whoever who have attended outside club activities, to report to her, and also sends private messages to the members to report whenever they go and perform in the other clubs, to report that assignment taken in the other clubs to the secretary. So this is a key performance of the secretary as well, to enhance the quality of the club. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you.
Madam Presenter, if you allow me, may I add one point here?
Yes, please go
Yeah,
ahead.
in my understanding that the member will get the point for attending the meeting outside the club only for that club in which he is not the dual member. For example, if I'm the member of 5 clubs and I'm attending their meetings, so I should not add those 5 meetings to this. So am I right in my understanding?
Yes, if they are attending dual club where they are members, they get to the point in that club. Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, with this, I think we are done, and back to the Master of Ceremonies.
Yes, thank you very much. Back to you, Master of Ceremonies.
Thank you, DTM Rizvi and DTM Farkanda, for the wonderful presentation and the Q&A session. Hope this will help all our members and the participants who are listening to this meeting. Now it's time to introduce our trainers. To train the Sergeant at Arms, we have Toastmaster Jamaluddin, a leader with passion, member and VP of
Master of
American
Ceremonies, point of
Society
information.
Safety.
Master of Ceremonies, point
Yes.
of order. Can we show the slides also? If the moderator can show the slide of the trainers too on the screen. Yeah.
To train the Sergeant at Arms, we have Toastmaster Jamaluddin, a leader with passion, member and VP of American Society of Safety Professional Toastmasters Club Kuwait, Sergeant at Arms of Kuwait Challengers Toastmasters Club, working in Technip Energies Kuwait. To train the treasurers, we have Toastmaster Kaim Thomas. Laughter is his medicine, an amusing leader, founder of Laughter Toastmasters Club, an expert in numbers. To train the secretary, we have Toastmaster Fatima Safina, grown up as a Cavalier, became a Toastmaster, have been holding positions such as Secretary, VP Education, and currently the Vice President of Relationships of Bahrain Eloquent Toastmasters Club, an excellent speaker. To train the Vice President Public Relations, we have Toastmaster Faria Fatima, current Secretary of Sims Toastmasters Club Kuwait, a teacher by profession. In the 4 years journey in Toastmasters, she is fortunate to have been able to take various leaderships positions that include President, VP Membership, VP PR, and Secretary. She has represented her club in various contexts at area as well as division. To train Vice President membership, we have Toastmaster Munira Muhammad Ali, a versatile leader, enthusiastic speaker and contestant, had been an area director, member of Angels Toastmasters Club, immediate past president, and current secretary of Al Asima Females Toastmasters Club. To train the Vice President Education, we have Toastmaster Mrinmoy Roy, a leader with a vision who started his Toastmasters journey in 2016 from South Kuwait Toastmasters Club. And curiosity leads him to the member for 3 more Toastmaster clubs. He has remained Area 25 Director, by profession, geophysicist at Kuwait Oil Company. He believes on the quote that Fragrance always remains in the hands of those who distribute roses. To train the president, we have distinguished Toastmaster Hisham Jeffrey, an excellent speaker, an excellent leader, winner in all categories of contests, a district champion, member of more than 3 clubs, past president of Sri Lankan Club Symposium Toastmasters, professionally a financial advisor. So these are our trainers for this day. And now I call upon Distinguished Toastmaster Naim Yusuf, Division B Director, to deliver his vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, the audience, district leaders, especially in the club officers in particular. It's my privilege and duty to extend my sincere thanks to all who supported to make this event a success. Before anyone, we should be thankful to God Almighty, who born us as a human being and gave us wits to join this stupendous organization, which is the Toastmaster International. After that, first of all, let me gratefully appreciate the presence of our district leaders. If we have distinguished Toastmaster Alif Lakrawala, the district director, the program quality director, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Abdullah is always here, and the club growth director, distinguished Toastmaster Khalid Chala. Even if they're not here, but their support was in back of us to organize anything and every event. Second, I must thank the supporting committee members. These are distinguished Toastmaster Ahmad Rizvi, distinguished Toastmaster Farkhanda Sayyid al-Bukhari, the head of education, Toastmaster Noha Madani, the head of public relations, distinguished Toastmaster Zahra al-Mukhra, distinguished Toastmaster Alan Paul, the PR manager of the district. He also helped us a lot in the beginning of this event. And district coordinators, especially distinguished Toastmaster Mona Aqab and distinguished Toastmaster Jahangir Khan. They really support me at every moment. Whenever I need them, they were there. Thirdly, the key role players for today's presentation, that is distinguished Toastmaster Ahmad Rizvi, distinguished Toastmaster Farkhanda Sayyid al-Bukhari, and the individual trainers, which are just introduced by our Master of Ceremonies. For the President Trainer, distinguished Toastmaster Hisham Jeffrey. For the VP Education Training, distinguished Toastmaster Marine Roy. For the VP Membership Training, distinguished Toastmaster Munira Muhammad. For the VP PR Training, Toastmaster Faria Fatima. For the Secretary Training, Toastmaster Fatma Safina. For the Treasury Training, Toastmaster KM Thomas. And for the Sergeant at Arms Training, Toastmaster Jamaluddin Sheikh. I'm really grateful to all of them to give their time. And now the members will learn a lot from their experience and wisdom in the individual training room. I should not forget the moderators, Toastmaster Ali Madan, who is here, and immediately he took all the roles, assignments. Whenever I request him, he never says no to me. And thank you very much, Ali, for your help. Our timer, Toastmaster Vishwanathan Bhaskaran, who also accepted this role in a very short notice. And then our Master of Ceremonies, Toastmaster Uday Kumar, for handling this session and keeping the session smoothly and give the wonderful introduction for all the presenters and the role players. And last but not the least, the officers who registers themselves for this training and be the part of today's event. Thank you very much to all of you. I wish you all the good luck. And now I think we should move the individual trainers to the training room. And for that, I give the control back to the Master of Ceremonies. Thank you very much.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Naim Yusuf, for your vote of thanks. Now this brings end of my session. Now leaders, you will be moved to the breakout rooms for your individual officers training. The moderator will do the needful. Wishing you all the best and have a wonderful session. Thank you.
Great when you see things moving as expected. So I think I'll just stop the recording for now. And